Hello everyone, my name is Luis Bencomo and I'm here to talk about the history of the Mexican flag. So, let's go. The Mexican flag is one of the three patriotic symbols of the nation, alongside with the Mexican anthem and the Mexican national shield, and is protected under the law of the shield, the flag, and the national anthem. The design of the Mexican flag has changed a lot over the history of the country, always showing some part of the period it was displayed on. The first historic flag of Mexico is the Blasón of Hidalgo, first seen during the start of the independence movement in the Nueva España, for the priest Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla on September 16, 1810, and it lasted until the death of Hidalgo in 1811. The flag is an oleo-painted image of Nuestra Señora de Guadalupe, surrounded by the legends Viva María Santísima de Guadalupe in Latin, with Spanish and Michoacán's shields on the sides. This is the second historical flag in Mexican history, owned by the army of José María Morelos y Pavón between 1812 and his death in 1815. It's the first design to show an eagle over the cactus. This flag had a change in its meaning and elements because it was meant to be the symbol of the future republic. It shows a crowned eagle poses over a cactus and aqueductus of Michoacán. The Trigarante flag was adopted by the united forces of insurgent Vicente Guerrero and a portion of the Royal Army led by Agustín de Iturbide, and symbolized the union of both sides as well as the end to the military conflict. This is the flag that introduced the three patriotic colors red, white, and green, but its meaning was different back then. Starting with the white stripe, it stands for the religion, the green represented the independence of Mexico, and finally the red that represented the union of all races. The flag of the first Mexican Empire was established as the most important symbol of the empire right after the independence from Spain. We can find the traditional orientation of colors and the shield for the first time in this flag. This flag was the first to introduce the order of colors that we know until this day, starting with the green, then white and red, also showing once more a crowned eagle or a cactus that appeared on the Lake of Texcoco, showing the mixed culture of the empire. This flag was established in 1823 after the fall of the First Mexican Empire and the abdication of Emperor Iturbide. This made it necessary of change the patriotic symbol to represent the First Mexican Republic. The design remained intact with the obvious exception of the national shield, that lost its crown and was added for the first time the snake being eaten, as well as the olive and laurel wreath representing the Republic of Mexico. During the presidency of Benito Juárez, the country fell into a civil war known as Guerra de Reforma, where liberals and conservatives fought over the country. This was the conservatives' flag. The flag had the same design as the First Republic, but the eagle has a different profile, showing the political orientation of the conservatives. This design remained even in the time of the French intervention. The Second Mexican Empire was established in 1863 and ended 3 years later. With the defeat and death of Emperor Maximilian of Habsburg, he presented a very unique design for the flag. Emperor Maximilian made significant changes to the national flag, not only adding a new shield on the center that once again crowned the eagle. He also added European family symbols linked to his royal origins, as well as putting the new shield on each corner of the new flag. The Second Republic flag was established at the fall of the Second Mexican Empire, symbolizing the return of the democracy and autonomy of the country. As usual, the change comes to the shield, that shows now the eagle facing to its left with the wings open in a flying position to represent the liberty and autonomy of the United Mexican States. The next change to the national flag came with the start of El Porfiriato in 1881, when President Porfirio Diaz made once again changes to the national shield. The changes made by President Diaz were minimum, just changing the art style of the shield that now shows the eagle with its wings in a lower angle, and the leg of Texcoco became bigger. 2 years later, President Diaz presented his second and last design of the national flag, that stayed until the times of the Mexican Revolution, or Revolución Mexicana. The main differences in this revision of the flag are that the eagle is once again looking to its right side and had its wings open in a flying position, and also it's the new shield that show a much little leg. During the Revolution War and after President Diaz left the power, President Carranza presented this new version of the Mexican flag in 1916. In this new design, President Carranza presented the eagle on its right profile, with the laureate and olive red flicker with a tricolor fabric joining it. This will lead the design language for the next redesigns. After the end of the Mexican Revolution War, the country needed to regain the status that once had and rebuild its industry and all the aspects of the government. That's why in 1934 this flag was presented. This revision of the flag has a lot of similar elements to its predecessor, as a symbol that the guarantees of the revolution still being represented. The most remarkable difference are the most extended red and the omission of the Texcoco leg. In 1968, the Mexican government made the last modification to the national flag to this day, that is now protected under the law named at the beginning of this video. This design has remained untouched for 53 years. It presents a tricolor pattern with green that stands for hope, white for the Union, and red for the blood of the national heroes. Here we found once again the Texcoco Lake in the form of a Mexica representation. Our flag is a very important symbol and one of the most beautiful of the world. It's our duty as Mexicans to respect and protect it. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to leave a like. I'm Luis Bencomo, and I'll see you in the next one.